Hey guys, this is Devgru666, and today we're going to be reviewing Modern Warfare 3's campaign. Tomorrow, more than likely, it is going to be the multiplayer and as well as the zombies, so more than likely I might do 2 videos tomorrow. But for right now, we're just going to be talking about Modern Warfare 3's campaign. Alright, the first thing I am really going to pretty much be harsh on is the open combat missions, right? This should have never have happened. This doesn't even scream Call of Duty for me. So the reason why is just because of the fact that it's an open mission, or open combat as it says, but it's pretty much like DMZ just by yourself. It doesn't even have that teammate mentality or camaraderie that you usually have in the previous Call of Duties. Not just, you know, the original 1 and 2, the ones that we have. I'm talking about in general in all the Call of Duties. You usually had a team with you, and it feels like DMZ just took that away, and you're just trying to be the wannabe Rambo, or in this case John Wick. You know, you're just a one-man team, and necessarily it just, 1, it was boring, and 2, it was just a hassle trying to find all the weapons. Even if you did replay the mission, you were able to pretty much go about it your own way. Even if you scanned the QR code on Message of the Day, it necessarily told you how many missions were in the campaign, and how DMZ you can just pretty much do whatever you want and go in however you pleased, whether it be silent or loud. And that necessarily isn't the Call of Duty I know. It's either you went in loud or you went in quiet and then eventually went in loud. So yeah, it definitely did not strike interest in me. But yeah, I just hope that in the next Call of Duty they do not do that, just because it also didn't even have a sense of logic. And you're probably thinking, well, it's a Call of Duty game, it's not supposed to have logic or any type of realism, right? But if you're playing a mission where it involves you being silent, I do not want to have a primary weapon that is not suppressed and only having my handgun suppressed. And I'm pretty sure you guys know which mission I'm talking about, and that's the one with Soap and Ghost going to Verdansk right next to the dam to prevent it from being destroyed. And that is in and of itself something that the developers should have just went like, hey, hold on, you know, this is feeling kind of like a mission that you need to go in silently. Let's give them a suppressed primary. And they were like, nope, let's just give them one suppressed weapon and wish them luck. But yeah, I hope they do not add DMs or this open combat world or whatever the hell it's called ever again. This really was devastating and trash. Alright, now that we talked about the open combat missions, we need to talk about the regular missions as well. Right, the regular missions as well, some of them aren't even really interesting. If I'm gonna be honest, the only ones that were fairly interesting, that actually got my heart racing and adrenaline going, was the mission where we actually have to stop Makarov and actually take him into custody. But unfortunately, his mission was a success because it was to divert us to a different area, hence the stadium, where his ultimate real goal was to blow up the airport in Verdansk, which he was successful. But the other one is the Trojan Horse, and the Trojan Horse is when we actually have to stop Makarov, and ultimately he does kill Soap and leaves us to be left alive, just because Gaz and Ghost were there just in time before he decided to kill us. But yeah, that was ultimately a adrenaline one, just because of the fact that the SAS or the SOF police in the UK were actually there to help us, but unfortunately they did die. And the heart pumping adrenaline was when we actually had to stop the bomb before Makarov could reach us. But unfortunately we failed to actually react just in time before he shot Soap and as well as Price. Now the mission, or at least the stories that I was trying to do, it felt like it was very rushed in my opinion. It was juggling 3 things at once in my opinion, right? Trying to prevent Makarov from doing any more acts of terrorism, which we ultimately failed, but we did counter his bomb underneath the UK, so that was kind of a dub, but the rest of them kind of, yeah, we just straight up failed. And then also getting the dam to not blow up in Verdansk and turning that into pretty much a whole flooded area, and at least we saved the people in Verdansk, so another dub, I guess. So, you know, but yeah, the second thing it was trying to juggle I should say, was trying to get General Shepard to convince the wrongdoings that he did in Modern Warfare 2, as well as giving Farah the missiles in Urzikstan illegally. And it just felt necessarily that this was something that they should have done in the later seasons in Modern Warfare 2 rather than automatically pushing it over to Modern Warfare 3, or at least doing that after trying to apprehend Makarov and actually kill him. But I don't know, I just felt like if they would have not tried to do that at the same time and actually worked with Shadow Company, more than likely they could have stopped Makarov, but that is just my opinion. Now the third one is very controversial, and that was trying to clear Farah's name, right? So we already know Farah is a freedom fighter, and with her doing what she does in this case, trying to defend Urzikstan, she's willing to do anything she can to defend it at all costs and leave her people not getting killed or dying, or let alone fighting in any war. She just wants peace, and which is understandable, but at the same time it does question what she does, right? In this case, allowing Shadow Company as well as General Shepard to allow missiles in Urzikstan in her own country. Even in one of the cinematic scenes, she even calls it her missiles.
From home.
General Shepard. Did Shepard send you those missiles?
My weapons are my business.
He's a very dangerous.
And that in and of itself knows that she knows what it does she did was wrong, but at the same time she's not gonna own up to it. She wants to just clear her name and Urzikstan from not being terrorist. But I don't know, it feels like for me, in my opinion, she should have also owned up to it, knowing that if there's Konni groups in Urzikstan, why would you have missiles in your own country and not knowing the consequences of actually having them? But I don't know, what do you guys think? Should Farah have also been I wouldn't say accused, but also held accountable as well because she did accept the missiles? Or do you guys agree with Task Force 141 and she just well, she ultimately did get her name as well as her group of freedom fighters cleared? Do you guys agree with her, or do you guys agree with me that she should have just been held accountable as well? Alright, one of the Easter eggs that I found in Modern Warfare 3, and this one's the biggest one. I'm pretty sure there's more Easter eggs and references, but this is the one I'm definitely going to be talking about, and probably even making a video on how this group, or unit I should say, might actually come into the Call of Duty Modern Warfare franchise, but only time will tell. And that is Call of Duty Ghost. So one of the references is with Riley, right? If you haven't played Call of Duty Ghost before, Riley is one of the main characters that you get to play as, and you get to take down the Russian Federation troops. Or no, they're not Russian. No, they were actually Latin. My mistake. But yeah, they were the bad guys, and you were able to take them out with Riley by biting their hand and then ultimately taking out their neck, which was a very brutal way, but I still liked Riley. In my opinion, he was probably one of the best players, or should I say main characters, to actually be in a Ghost game. But yeah, the second reference is somewhat of a reference, but it doesn't represent it exactly to a T, but it has some minor ones, and that is when you get taken out by Makarov in the end. So in Call of Duty Ghosts, we notice, or if you have played it, you would know that Hesh and Logan are at a beach. They're both tired, and they just defeated Rourke, which we assumed was dead, but unfortunately he wasn't. So when we look to our right, Rourke hits us with his boot. We try to grab the knife, we try to stab him, catches our arm, breaks our forearm, and then drags us away. But in a way, it's almost a reference to a T, well, without Soap's arm being broken. And that is when we get hit by Makarov's boot. He's doing his little monologue. Soap stabs him in the back, and then grabs Soap's arm, but instead doesn't break the forearm, but has it at the position where he could, but unfortunately shoots Soap. I would like to see the ending be like that, where he would have broke his forearm, either would have shot him or at least injured him enough to where he passes out, possibly even stun Price to watch Soap get dragged away by Makarov and possibly even get tortured in the next Call of Duty or in the upcoming seasons. But unfortunately, we got what we got, and I think it just, the ending itself sucked. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna end it right here. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I really want to hear what you guys think about the campaign in general. Did you guys like it, or do you think that they could have done something way better? But like how I said before, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys all in the next video.